From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back. Joining me now is Brian with Tricia's Rose City Framing. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, David. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. So what's the process like of building custom framing?
So first of all, Tricia asked me to come in today, so thank you so much for letting me come in. She wasn't able to come because she's at the Purse event that's also today over Green Acres. So, but she asked me to come in and talk a little bit about how we actually build the picture frames. And so really that process starts in the design process where Tricia and her team will assist our client in picking out the perfect frame and matting for their piece of artwork or photograph or whatever it might be, and putting that together. Once we get it all together, once we have all the design elements put together, we'll order all the materials. And we'll get it in, and then I'll start working on building the frames. So the first step in that process, of course, is once we get the molding in, is to inspect it and make sure that it's free from any defects, that that's exactly what the customer wanted, that the color's correct, and all of that. Then I'll go ahead and cut it to the size for the customer's piece, and then start putting it together. We hand fit every single one of our frames. So we use vices that are actually considered antiques. And so these are built, made here in the USA and, made, like 100 years ago, right? So these things are just absolutely awesome and perfect and specifically designed for that, for building frames. And so we'll hand fit every single frame together. And that's one of the big differences between a custom picture frame shop and maybe something that you'd get online, where those frames would be assembled in some warehouse but put together by machines. We're actually putting every single frame together individually, paying attention to every single detail, and not every frame goes together exactly the same, whether it's a tall shadow box frame or maybe a really wide molding. Each one of those has to be handled and put together slightly different. Yes. So yeah, so we'll put the frame together in the vise, and then after that we use a kind of a hidden type of mechanical fastener in the back of the frame, so that you don't see any nail holes or anything in the sides of the frame.
Yes, sir. And is there special equipment needed to fit this together? Yeah,
so we use a special miter saw, and this isn't like the miter saw that you probably have in your garage. This is a saw that's designed specifically for picture framing. It actually has two blades installed in it, and each blade, so they come down at the perfect miter. And so it cuts both miter joints at the same time so that you have a perfect fit. For that.
That's amazing right there. So, the holidays are coming up fast. If somebody wants a custom rose frame from you, what's the process like? And then is there like a deadline that we need to get it in by?
So we are already getting a lot of orders for the holidays, for Christmas, and so yeah, you could bring it in now, I guess is what I want to say. But even if you're not ready, we'll take orders like right up to just a few days before Christmas, and even if we get a little bit too close to that time, we also have some perfect gifts that are at the frame shop, unique one of a kind pieces of art in our art gallery, as well as handcrafted leather goods and other unique gifts.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. For more information, go to the website right there on your screen.